She sneered. You're finished, human. Not knowing she just threatened the galaxy's ghost commander, Vesha Nalaroy yanked the chain binding the human's wrists. She shoved Chief Warrant Officer Mara Kade forward. Holo Chimera snapped to focus. The war room feeds blasted the image across allied channels. Every outpost. Warriors of the Coalition! Vesha's voice boomed through the amplifiers. Her iridescent scales flushed victory blue under the lights. Witness the fall of your human auxiliary. This soft-skinned infiltrator skulks no more. At dawn, she dies. Let her blood cement our advance on Sector 7. Mara Kade stood motionless. Dirt streaked her fatigues. No flinch. No plea. Her gray eyes scanned the room without hurry. Lieutenant Joran Val leaned over his console. His claws tapped data streams. The call sign flashed on his secondary screen. Ghost. Alpha 9. Captured operative. Human Special Forces. His frills wilted. He cross-checked the classified packet from last cycle's intercept. Vesha paced closer to Mara. Speak, mammal. Beg for the mercy humans crave. Mara met her gaze. No. The room's chatter died. Vesha's mandibles clicked in amusement. Humans broke easy. Whimpers, deals, tears. This one? Blank slate. Joran shot to his feet. His voice cracked the broadcast pause. Commander, that call sign. Ghost. It's her. Request immediate transfer to intelligence custody. Now. Vesha whirled. Joran's face drained to ashen gray. His eyes locked on the human like she'd sprouted fangs. Explain, Vesha snapped. Joran forwarded the file. Redacted human ops logs. Ghost solo insertions. Supply line sabotage. Entire platoons vanished. She's not auxiliary, ma'am. Special forces. Contingency protocols. If we... Silence. The feeds rolled on. Morale-crushing gold. Humans are tools, Lieutenant. Blunt ones. We hold the line. Deny the transfer. Prep public interrogation. Tonight, break her. Break them all. Joran's claws dug into his console. He keyed a priority burst to high command. Too late. Mara Kade shuffled into the holding cell. 2 guards slammed the hatch. Durasteel bars gleamed under harsh strips. She sat on the bunk, crossed her ankles, breathed steady. Reflections danced in the polished floor panels. Base layout unfolded. Main corridor 20 meters left. Security nexus right. Ventilation grates overhead. Standard Krell pattern 0.8 by 1.2 meters. Guard post at junction. 2 sentries. Rotation every 17 minutes. First guard, Vexari male, left limp. Favored right side, holster loose. Second, Ryloth female, twitchy trigger claw. Scanned leftward blind spot every 3rd pass. Mara cataloged. No notebook. No implants. They'd stripped those. Brain only. Routine. Footsteps echoed. The female guard peered through the bar slot. Quiet, soft skin. Dawn comes fast. Mara nodded once. Guard moved on. She traced air routes with her eyes. Escape Vector 1. Vents to auxiliary power. Risk. Sonic tripwires. Vector 2. Overload cell door with boot heel friction. 4 minutes. Undetected. Extraction window. 0400 hours. Pre-execution patrol dip. Her mission hummed beneath it all. Hidden payload in orbital cache. 1 signal collapses Vessa's front. Ammo depots, fuel relays, command net, logistics nightmare for Krell heavies. They'd never scanned deep enough. Dawn, execution, bluff fodder. Mara waited. Odds normalized at impossible. Lieutenant Joran Val burst into the intel bay. 3 analysts jumped. He slapped his pad on the central holotobel. Ghost, Alpha 9, confirmed match. Human special operator, not some scout. Analyst Kira tilted her head. Auxiliaries don't rate call signs like that. Exactly. Joran pulled intercepts. Last cycle, Ghost hit our flank depot. Solo. 80% supply loss. No trace. Patterns match her file. Minimal footprint. Max disruption. Kira's frills perked. Vesha's parade feeds viral. Morale spike. Short term. Joran paced. Humans nest contingencies. If she misses check-in. He trailed off. Orbital scans showed human fleet shadows at Lagrange. 4, quiet. Too quiet. He fired the transfer request again. Priority Alpha. Vesha's denial pinged back. Interrogation authorized. Public. Joran gripped the table edge. Get me command relay. Vesha's playing fire with soft skins. They don't break. They adapt. Commander Vesha Nalalor strode the interrogation chamber. Holorigs hummed. Feeds live again. Coalition-wide. Mara Kade chained center stage. Spotlights pinned her. Welcome back, Ghost. Vesha loomed. Joran's warning itched, but glory drowned it. Humans. Predictable. Fear their edge. Mara lifted her chin. No sweat. No shift. Vesha signaled the tech. Neural prod warmed. Your fleet cowers. Spill ops. Or pain. Pass. Vesha triggered it. Mara arched once. Gritted teeth. Straightened. Guards murmured. Vesha amped voltage. Allies watch. Crumble. Mara exhaled slow. Tick-tock, Commander. Vesha blinked. Defiance. Posture held. Joran slipped in back. Whispered to a guard. Abort. High comm. Inbound. Too late. Vesha leaned in. Threaten your chain, General Ree. His precision strikes end here. Mara's eyes sharpened. First flicker. Vesha grinned. Got her. Chief Warrant Officer Mara Cade felt the prod fade. Body screamed. Routine. She'd logged worse in Sims. Vesha's slip landed. Renamed. Contingency livewire. Mara tallied guards anew. 3 now. Positions locked. 5 minutes to overload. She flexed wrists. Chains bit. Loose enough. Vesha monologued for cams. Human morale shatters. Execute at. Klaxon wailed. Base lights flickered. Mara smiled. Faint. Signal sent. Not voice. Muscle twitch under prod nanotransponder. Skin deep. Mist in scans. Payload armed. Lieutenant Joran Val watched screens explode. Red alerts. Orbital cache breach. Vesha's frontline depots lit up. Fuel lines severed. Command net glitched. What? Vesha spun. Joran pointed. Ghost. Mission. Hidden strike package. You named Ree. Tripped it. Vesha's scales blanched. Impossible. Auxiliaries don't. Hollow burst. Human General Sato Ree. Calm face. Fleet markers behind. Commander Lalo. Ree's voice cut clean. Escalation noted. Precision response engaged. Surrender operative. Avert worst case. Vesha froze. Mara Kade stood amid sparking chains. Guards down. Vent grate yawned open. The human stepped free, unhurried. Ghost no more. Joran hit the lockdown. Too slow. Mara vanished into shadows. Alarms screamed. Vesha's campaign math collapsed. One quiet professional. Galactic mistake. Commander Vesha Nalor slammed her fist on the interrogation slab. The human prisoner flinched. Just once. Chains rattled. Earth's defense codes. Now. Vesha's voice echoed off the dim-lit walls. Holocam's word above broadcasting to the fleet net. Propaganda gold. Chief Warrant Officer Mara Cady lifted her head. Blood crusted her lip. Eyes steady. No plea. Vesha circled the slab. Her scales itched with triumph. Humans broke easy. Soft auxiliaries, good for labor. Not war. This one. Special Forces myth. She'd shatter it live. Refuse, and I dismember you. Joint by joint. Vesha drew her vibro knife. Blade hummed. She pressed it to Mara's left pinky. Start here. Then wrists, elbows. Broadcast every scream. Guards shifted. 3 of them, armored. Prods ready. Mara's gaze flicked to the knife. Back to Vesha's eyes. Calm. Too calm. Codes first, Mara said. Voice even. But clarify something. Vesha paused. Knife hovered. Speak. Show me your map table. Mara nodded at the wall console. Unit designations. Grids. I need to understand your front. Vesha barked a laugh. Arrogant worm. Gloating would break her faster. See the noose tighten. She stabbed the console. Hollow sprang up. Stellar cartography bloomed. Her sector command. Front lines glowed red. Depots pulsed green. Orbital caches marked precise. Behold, Ghost. Vesha swept a claw across the projection. Mocking. 3rd Assault Wing. Grid 4-7. Alpha. Clithari reserves pinned. At 1, 2, Beta. My fuel lines. Ironclad. Your Ree can't touch them. Mara leaned forward, chains scraped. She scanned the hollow. Lips moved silent. Then aloud, "Third assault wing forward deployed." "Yes, that's Vorpak heavy cruisers leading. Flanked by 7th auxiliaries on the rim. Light scouts. Exposed flanks. Depots at Echo. 9. Primary fuel from orbital cache Zeta. 3. Command net routed through relay Bravo. 4. Vesha froze. Knife slipped an inch. How? Public scans showed half that. The rest, guessing? Vesha sneered. Stepped closer. Ree's rabble hides behind lies. Like you. Mara tilted her head. Just clarifying. For the codes. Vesha grinned. Cams caught it perfect. Human stalling. Pathetic. Wrong on half. But try harder, or lose the hand. She revved the blade. Touched skin. Mara didn't blink. In the adjacent intel bay, Lieutenant Joran Val froze mid-sip. Interrogation feed blared on his triple screens. Mara's voice drilled in. He dropped the mug. Shards skittered. Cross-check, he muttered. Fingers flew over his secure terminal. Pulled classified overlays. Sector dispositions. Eyes only. Grid 47, Alpha, 3rd Assault Wing. Vorpak Heavies confirmed, not public. 1, 2, Beta. Clifthery Reserves, exact pin, Echo. 9 depots, Zeta, 3 cache, Bravo. 4 relay, all classified. Black ink. Joran's frill quivered. She forced Vesha to confirm. Spoken aloud, on open feed. Every enemy analyst now had her order of battle. "Commander!" He bolted from his chair. Door hissed open. Sprint down the corridor. Boots pounded deck plate. Back in interrogation. Vesha sheathed the knife. Bored now. Time to escalate. "Shock her," she snapped at the guards. Full restraint. Schedule execution. Dawn cycle. Fleet-wide broadcast. Human morale shatters. Guards lunged. Prods extended. Blue arcs crackled. Mara's eyes sharpened. Renamed. Contingency livewire. The first prod hit her ribs. Agony bloomed. Body screamed. Routine. She'd logged worse in Sims. Vesha monologued for cams. Claws flexed. Witness. Auxiliaries crumble. General Ree weeps for his ghost. Klaxon wailed. Base lights flickered red. Joran burst through the door. "Commander! Abort!" Vesha spun. Scales bristled. "What?" Her words. Joran jabbed the wall screen. Replay cued. Mara's calm recitation. Overlays synced. Perfect match. She leaked your dispositions. Every grid. Fleet net compromised. "Human strike incoming!" Vesha's scales blanched bone white. "Impossible. Auxiliaries don't." Prod 2 struck Mara's shoulder. Muscles seized. She twitched deliberate. Nanotransponder fired. Skin-deep implant. Missed in their scans. Signal pulsed. Overload command. Orbital cache Zeta. Rebreached. Silent at first. Then screens exploded. Red alerts cascaded. Frontline depots ignited. Fuel lines severed across 3 sectors. Command net glitched. Bravo. 4 relay fried. Vesha whirled to the holomap. Icons winked out. Her lines crumbled in real time. "What?" Her voice cracked. Joran pointed at Mara. Dosed. Her mission. Hidden strike package. You named Ree. Tripped it. Hollow burst open. Overrode all channels. Human General Sato Ree filled the projection. Calm face. Fleet markers swarmed behind him. Precision carriers. Drone swarms. "Commander Lalor." Ree's voice cut clean. No anger. Fact. Escalation noted. Precision response engaged. Surrender operative. Avert worst case. Vesha froze. Claws clenched. Mara stood amid sparking chains. First prod had loosened a link. She flexed wrists. Snapped free. Guards slumped. Nano-pulse feedback from their own weapons. Vent grate yawned open behind her, blown by internal charge. The human stepped free, unhurried. Ghost no more. Joran hit the lockdown. Bulkheads groaned shut. Too slow. Mara vanished into shadows. Alarms screamed. Vesha stared at the empty slab. Campaign math collapsed. One question answered. Her entire front leaked. She punched the comm. All units. Rally 2. Static. Relay gone. Joran backed away. She's not auxiliary. None of them are. Vesha's frill collapsed. Galactic mistake. Chief Warrant Officer Mara Cade crawled the vent shaft. Air recyclers hummed. Escape vector locked. Auxiliary bay, 2 decks down. Nano signal confirmed. Rees package live. Drones inbound. Precision only, no carpet bombs. Humans didn't waste. She paused at a junction. Listened. Boots echoed below. Patrol rerouted, dropped silent. Landed in a crouch. Stunner from a fallen guard. Hers now. 2 shots. Patrol. Down. Corridor clear. She sprinted. Bulkhead ahead. Override code from overheard chatter. Punched it. Door slid. Hangar bay. Shuttles prepped for evac. Alarms peaked. Intruder. Sector 7. Mara slid under a fighter wing. Hot-wired the panel. Engines whined to life. Vesha stormed the command deck. Joran trailed. Crew scattered to damage stations. Status, she roared. Depots 80% offline. A tech stammered. Zeta. 3 cache vapor. 3rd wing crippled. Drones slicing scouts. Hollow updated. Rees fleet closed. No wild charge. Surgical. Human style. Vesha gripped the console. Counterstrike. All reserves to 4-7. Alpha! Joran grabbed her arm. No. She's loose. Ghost protocol. Worse coming. She shoved him off. Auxiliaries. A new ping. Secure human band? No. Again. Time critical. Laylor. Contingency holds fire if Kade extracts clean. Your call. Vesha's claws dug into plasteel. Surrender 1 prisoner. Her career. Explosions rocked the hull. Bay doors buckled. In the hangar, Mara punched skyward. Fighter streaked out. Human drones parted for her. Escort formed. She keyed the tight beam. Ghost clear. Hold precision. Acknowledged. Replied. Campaign pivot. Nalor's front folds. Back on base, Vesha watched the fighter vanish into the starfield. Her map. Leaked. Gutted. Quiet professional. Never anger one. Lieutenant Joran Val sealed the intel bay. Locked himself in. Pulled deep archives. Human spec ops patterns. Too late. But report filed. Career risk? Worth it. Vesha's Komara clenched her jaw during the intake scan. The alien medic's probe hummed, inches from her face. She bit down hard on the rear molar. A faint click echoed in her skull. Microtransmitter live. Burst signal fired. 1 ping to Rees fleet. Position confirmed. Beacons planting. The medic jerked back. Human! Hold still! Mara relaxed her bite, smiled blandly. Sorry. Toothache. Blue lights flickered across her skin. Restraints hummed tighter. The signal had gone. Clean! Now wait. Lieutenant Joran Val's console chirped. Anomalous burst. Human freak. Encrypted. Origin. Medwing. He stabbed keys. Triangulated. Prisoner intake. Cade. Human spy trick, he muttered. Claws tapped furiously. Pattern match. Spec ops protocols. Ghost signature. He slammed the alert. Seal the wing. Containment now. Alarms wailed. Bulkheads dropped. Guards swarmed the corridor outside Mara's cell. She counted them. 8. Standard response. Perfect. She slumped against the wall. Faked a seizure. Thrashed. Help! Poison! Spittle flecked her lips. Guards burst in. 2 pinned her arms. 3rd scanned vitals. Chaos bloomed. Mara twisted free in the scrum. Elbowed a jaw. Snagged a guard's multi-tool. Ventilation grate above. Loose from hasty install, she vaulted up. Crawled into ducts. Pursuit thundered below. Lockdown. Full sweep. She dropped into a sublevel. Comms conduit glowed ahead. Spine of the basenet. She pried the panel. Slotted the second beacon. Backup transmitter. Viral payload. It latched. Began whispering ghosts into their relays. Sensor blind spots incoming. Footsteps echoed. She melted into shadows. Quiet, professional, routine. Commander Vesha Lalor's deck shuddered. Red icons flared. Prisoner wing breached. Val, report. Joran skidded in. Burst signal out, ma'am. Human auxiliary. Kade. She's ghost protocol. Contingencies inbound. Vesha's crest flared. Humans. Soft traders, auxiliary fodder. 1 prisoner? Redirect patrols. All to the wing. Strip the sensor spine. Prioritize recapture. Tex hesitated. Spine unsecured? Now. Her claw slashed air. Map shifted. Patrols peeled off outer defenses. Spine guards redeployed. Frontline thinned. Joran's spines itched. Patterns screamed. Bait. Humans layered ops. But Vesha charged ahead. Career math. One ghost contained. Campaign holds. Mara ghosted through maintenance tunnels. Alarms drowned pursuit chatter. Second beacon hummed. Live. Ree's precision strikes cued. She needed exfil vector. Hangar access. 2 decks up. Guard patrol rounded the corner. She pressed flat. They passed. Human scent baffles worked. She slipped past. Great to hangar subbay. Dropped silent. Fighters loomed. Kresh-class interceptors. Alien hot rods. Brittle hulls. Twitchy thrust. She hot-wired the nearest. Panel sparked. Engines whined low. Overhead, Vesha's voice boomed. Status. Depose holding. A tech lied. Spine feeds glitched first. Blind. Mara slid under the wing. Final checks. Fuel green. Weapons hot. Bay doors sealed. Lockdown gift. Joran burst onto Vesha's deck. Spine stripped. It's a feint. Redirect. She whirled. Auxiliaries charged the line. Humans break under pressure. Ping. Secure band. Ree's voice. Time critical Lelore. Contingency holds if Kate extracts clean. Vesha's claws gouged console. Surrender? No. Mara punched the canopy. Strapped in. Engines roared. Bay buckled under drone strikes. Ree's surgical wolves. Doors cracked. Guards swarmed the hangar. Blaster fire pinged hull. She gunned thrust. Fighter lurched free. Stars exploded outward. Escort formed. Human drones peeled from the black. Tight beam keyed. Ghost clear. Ree. Hold precision. Campaign pivot. Ree replied. Loro's front folds. Vesha watched the street vanish. Holomap bled red. Depots. Offline. Zeta. 3 vapor. Third wing crippled. Her reserves? Gutted. Joran sealed intel bay behind him. Filed the report. Ghost protocol. Never provoke. Too late. Mara banked hard through the debris field. Kresh fighter danced. Alien design. Human hands. Pursuers lagged. Underestimated agility. Ree's fleet loomed. No wild charge. Vectors locked. Precision carved the alien line. Back on base, Vesha rallied. Counterstrike. 4-7, Alpha. Explosions rocked her hull. Human drones sliced scouts. Map leaked truths. Quiet ops unraveled her front. 1 prisoner. Galactic mistake. But Mara wasn't done. Beacon 2 ticked. Viral payload deployed. Alien comms fractured. Ree's window widened. Joran pounded the archive console. Human patterns. Layered. Patient. Vesha's escalation triggered it all. Ah! Vesha gripped her chair. Crest wilted. Auxiliaries scattered. Humans pressed. Not brute force. Strategy. Her poles crashed. In the void, Mara slotted into formation. Ghost extract complete. Beacons live. Fold the line. Ree's voice steady. Allied terms offered. Nalor's call. She keyed open channel. Hesitated. Claws retracted. Joran's report pinged her cue. Read it. Froze. Never anger a quiet professional. The base locked down to stop one message. Mara smiled in the cockpit, exactly where she wanted it. Earlier, in med intake, the tooth cap had been child's play. Spec ops routine. Bio-integrated, EMP shielded. Medic scan missed it. Human baselines too primitive for deep checks. Signal burst. Chords. Troop dispositions. Spine weak points. Ree got it all. Vol's trace. Predicted. His seal funneled guards inward. Chaos her ladder. Fed false echoes. Masked the real payload. Sensors glitched on cue. Patrols blinded. Vesha's redirect. Classic overcommit. Aliens excelled at swarm tactics. Massed fire. Humans? Precision scalpel. Exploit the gap. Mara vectored to rally point. Drones synced. Fleet closed. Vesha paced her deck. Pull reserves. Spine compromised. Tech stammered. Ghost signals everywhere. Joran entered. Ma'am. Stand down. Human contingency. Full theater pivot.
She shoved him. One auxiliary. His spines drooped.
Ghosts aren't auxiliary. They're the blade. Olo updated. Rees carriers unlimbered. Strikes landed. Depot's chain reacted. Vesha keyed surrender freak. Voice cracked. Kade extract granted. Terms. Rees reply. Calm. Alliance holds. Precision over escalation. Mara overheard on escort net. Nodded. Quiet win. Base patrols milled in the locked wing. Empty cell. They never saw the real play. Galactic front shifted. One underestimated human. Campaign math collapsed. Joran filed addendum. Career intact. Lesson etched. Humans humble till provoked. Vesha stared at the starfield. Fighter gone. Her empire's edge frayed. Mara touched down on Ree's carrier. Ramp dropped. General waited. Clean up, Chief, Ree said. Handshake firm. Routine, sir. She popped the tooth cap. Trashed it. Next mission queued. Quiet professionals moved on. Aliens learned late. In the medbay replay, Vol scrubbed logs. Burst signature burned in. Human ingenuity. Tooth deep, he warned the next commander. Never underestimate. Vesha demoted. Joran promoted. Balance restored. Humans. Skilled at shadows. Aliens. At stars. Together, unbeatable. But provoke alone? Mistake scales galactic. General Ree gripped the armrest as the beacon ping sliced through the carrier's hum. Confirmed, sir, his ops officer said. Chief Cade's signal. Base sector. Low power. Ree nodded once. Mara Kade. The ghost. Captured on that botched infill, but her beacon meant options. He keyed the fleet net. Launch resupply alpha. Routine run to Vesha's forward base. Full manifest. Fuel cells. Med packs. Ammo crates. No deviations. Carriers groaned. Shuttles detached in precise formation. Drones screened the van. Ree watched the hollow, boring cargo. Perfect cover. Vesha's Alliance patrols waved them through outer pickets. No alarms. Cade's signal pulsed steady. Ree leaned back. Precision over escalation. Always. Mara Cade felt the power dip before the lights flickered. Grid strained. Vesha's techs overloaded the restraint field to juice the broadcast towers. Routine. She waited. 3 seconds. Field hummed low. Her fingers, bound in energy cuffs, twitched to the ceramic shard wedged under her boot sole, stolen from a shattered meal tray 2 cycles back. Humans built tough, aliens skimped on basics. She sliced. Cuffs parted with a spark. Mara rolled free, silent. Cell door hummed. Unlocked for the victory feed prep. She ghosted into the vent shaft. Air recyclers masked her breaths. Shard tucked into palm. Base schematics burned in her mind. Hidden mission. Plant the theater pivot node, 1 data spike. Collapse Vasha's supply math overnight. Beacon pinged Ree. Convoy inbound. Her window. Footsteps echoed in the corridor. Mara froze. Patrol drone word passed. Clear. She dropped into maintenance sublevel. Power conduits thrummed. Node sight, 10 meters ahead. Lieutenant Joran Vol burst onto Vesha's command deck. Ma'am. Resupply anomaly. Human convoy. Manifest checks, but thrust profiles off. 8% over norm. They're packing more than cargo. Commander Vesha Nalor spun from the hollow parade sim. Her spines flared. Sharp officer. Status climber. Humans, soft auxiliaries. This one prisoner would break them. Anomaly. Alliance runs late every cycle. Ignore it. Joran thrust the tablet forward. Patterns leapt. Convoy vectors kissed the base's blind arc. External sensors skimped. Focused on the main gate for her execution spectacle. Reinforce outer grid, ma'am. Now, that's no routine drop. Vesha's eyes narrowed. Joran. Competent analyst. Career risker, but she commanded. Campaign math favored her. Execute the ghost at the main gate. Broadcast glory. Force Ree's surrender. Negative. Commit 3rd Armor to the gate. Full parade formation. Let the humans watch their auxiliary die. Joran's spines drooped. Ma'am! Out. Vesha snapped. Armor rumbled into position. Sensors locked gateward. Convoy droned in, boring and on schedule. Mara palmed the node from her thigh pouch. Conduit panel yielded to the shard. She jacked in. Data spike bloomed. False orders flooded Vesha's net. Depots rerouted. Fuel diverted. Ammo ghosts multiplied. Theater pivot engaged. One spike. Collapse imminent. Alarms wailed distant. Gate sector. Execution prep. Mara smiled faint. They chased shadows. She exfiltrated sub-level. Convoy bay access. Unguarded. Outer hull breach prepped. Shuttle clamps thudded. Ree's cargo disgorged. Not pallets. Special forces platoons. Ghosts in gray. They fanned silent. Drones jammed local nets. Mara synced her beacon. Pickup vector locked. She slipped the bay ramp. Human hands yanked her aboard. Ghost. Actual. A sergeant whispered. Ree sends regards. Routine. Mara replied. Shuttle peeled out secondary vents. No pursuit. Sensors watched the wrong door. Vesha strode the main gate dais. Armor gleamed. Broadcast drones hovered. Prisoner detail dragged an empty restraint frame. Her spine stiffened. Where's the human? Tech stammered. Cell breach, ma'am. Power dip. Joran shoved through. Contingency! Convoy was cover! Outer sensors blind. Depots reporting ghosts. Reroutes everywhere. Vesha yanked the net. Hollow fractured. Supplies vanished. Chain reactions lit perimeter depots. Human carriers unlimbered on the hollow edge. Strikes inbound! Pull reserves! Vesha roared. Spine compromised. Techs chorused. Ghost signals everywhere. Joran met her glare. Stand down, ma'am. Human contingency. Full theater pivot. One auxiliary. His spines drooped lower. Ghosts aren't auxiliary. They're the blade. Mara's shuttle docked Ree's carrier. Ramp dropped. General Ree waited, arms crossed. Mara stepped down. Gear slung. Clean op. No traces. Clean op, Chief. Ree said. Handshake firm. Routine, sir. She popped the tooth cap, trashed it in the recycler. Burst signature gone. Next mission queued. Base patrols milled the locked wing. Empty cell. They never saw the real play. Vesha keyed surrender freak. Voice cracked. Cadet extract granted. Terms? Ree's reply. Calm. Alliance holds. Precision over escalation. Galactic front shifted. One underestimated human. Campaign math collapsed. Joran filed the addendum. Career intact. Lesson etched. Humans humble till provoked. Vesha stared at the starfield. Fighter gone. Her empire's edge frayed. In Ned Bay replay, Val scrubbed logs. Burst signature burned in. Human ingenuity, tooth deep. He warned the next commander. Never underestimate. Vesha demoted. Joran promoted. Balance restored. Humans. Skilled at shadows. Aliens. At stars. Together, unbeatable. Provoke alone, mistake scales galactic. Mara sliced the sensor spine's access panel with her vibro knife. Metal parted clean. No alarms tripped. She dropped into the narrow service crawl. Boots silent on graded decking. Dim blue conduits pulsed overhead, feeding data to the alien base's nerve center. Her wrist comp synced to the network. 2 taps rerouted alerts. Dummy console lit green in her HUD. All clear. She exhaled slow. Routine. The ghost didn't rush insertions. Spine hummed around her. Alien tech chittering in indecipherable code. Mara traced the primary node. Fiber optic bundle gleamed. She injected the virus packet. Alerts looped to a ghost feed. Endless static. Base security blind. Mara sealed the panel. Phase 1 done. She ghosted to the auxiliary shaft. Blind corridor primed. Ree's team had their window. Mara checked her suppressed pistol. 8 rounds. Plenty. She slipped toward the execution platform. Vesha's show waited. Lieutenant Joran Val watched the perimeter feeds flicker. Nothing. 2-0. His spines twitched. Commander. Anomaly in spine sector 7. Vesha ignored him, eyes on the hollow strategy board. Human depots blinked red. Her fleet massed for the push. Irrelevant, Lieutenant. Prisoner transport inbound. Joran pulled auxiliary scans. Patterns emerged. Ghost echoes. Human spec ops signature. He keyed private channel to Vesha's earpiece. Ma'am, pullback. Contingency inbound. Her spines flared. You question me again? Joran stood firm. Data doesn't lie. Humans pivot fast. Vesha slammed the console. Secure the platform. Broadcast live. One auxiliary death ends their meddling. Joran's mandibles clicked. He logged the warning. Career risk. Accepted. Humans weren't soft. They hid blades. Chief Warrant Officer Mara Cade ghosted the final vent grate. Execution platform sprawled below. Raised dais, restraint field humming, holocams arrayed for galactic feed. Alien troops ringed it, rifles hot. Vesha's banner snapped in recycled air. 20 guards. Platform controls exposed. Her play, she dropped silent. Mag boots off, rolled behind a power pylon, pistol up. First guard turned too late. Suppressed shot whispered. He crumpled. Mara dragged him into shadow. Second patrol looped close. She snapped his neck. Clean. No bursts. Ree's voice crackled in her earbud. Ghost. Corridor live. Team inbound. Hold platform. Mara thumbed mic. Copy. Comms reroute in 30. She crawled forward. Platform edge loomed. Underbelly access hatch. Locked. Vibro knife bit deep. General Sato Ree gripped the shuttle rail as it punched atmosphere. Perimeter breached clean. Mara's blind corridor worked like clockwork. His Spec Ops team fanned out behind, shadows in black stealth suits. No contacts. Alien patrols milled oblivious. Recheck TAC map. Base core exposed. Delta, flank east. Bravo, suppress towers. Ghost owns the platform. Team lead, Sergeant Voss, nodded. Sir, humans first. Reclapped his shoulder. Always. Shuttle touched dirt silent. Ramp hissed. Led the breach. Corridors empty. Mara's virus sang. They ghosted the kill zone. Depots next. Precision. Vesha strode the platform corridor, robes swirling. Troops snapped salutes. Holofeed primed. Galactic eyes waited. Her campaign teetered. Human auxiliaries bled her flanks. This execution fixed it. Break their morale. Force. Surrender. Cameras hot, she barked. Techs chorused affirmatives. Joran shadowed her. Ma'am, spine logs loop. Intrusion confirmed. Vesha whirled. Arrest him. Guards seized Joran. He didn't resist. You'll lose the base. Vesha shoved past. Platform doors parted. Prisoner waited. Human female. Bound in field. Face calm. Kade, auxiliary trash. Vesha stepped to the dais center. Microphones live. Hollow projectors bloomed. Her image tripled across stars. Warriors of the Nallor front. Witness justice. Feeds locked galaxy-wide. Billions tuned. She raised blade. This human operative threatened our holdings. Her death seals victory. Mara crouched under the platform. Comms node pulsed above. Ree's team breached outer ring. Blips on her HUD. Time. She severed the power tap. Sparks flew contained. Node fried. Platform lights dimmed. Holocams stuttered. Vesha's voice boomed. Humans flee shadows. We claim. Audio cut. Dead silence. Galaxy saw her lips move. No sound. Feeds froze on her raised blade. Panic rippled troops. Techs. Restore. Mara popped the restraint field emitter. Cade's bonds snapped free. She stood slow. Eyes locked on Vesha. Pistol drawn. Your show, Commander? Vesha froze. Blade hovered. Platform isolated. Doors locked by Mara's hack. Guards pounded outside. No entry. Hollows still live. Silent witness. Joran's voice crackled over basenet. Freed by scuffle. Stand down. Human ghosts inbound.
Full breach. Alarms wailed true now.
Spine virus burned out. Ree's team hit the perimeter. Explosions rocked depots. Human carriers unlimbered on hollow edge. Strikes inbound. Vesha's spines drooped. One auxiliary. Her math collapsed. She lowered blade. Ceasefire. Mara held steady. Smart choice. Ree's voice cut in. Ghost extract. Terms open. Mara nodded to Vesha. Alliance holds. Or lose it all. Guards breached doors. Rise's Spec Ops poured in. Rifles trained. Voss cuffed holdouts. Ree stepped onto platform. Arms crossed. Clean suits gleamed. Vesha glared. How? Ree met her eyes. Routine op. Mara slung gear. Slipped past. Shuttle ramp dropped outside. No traces. Joran knelt in chaos. Logs pulled. Burst signatures everywhere. Ghosts, he warned the next commander. Never provoke. Vesha keyed surrender freak. Voice cracked. Galactic front shifted. Mara's shuttle docked Ree's carrier. Ramp dropped. Ree waited. Clean op, Chief. Handshake firm. Mara stepped aboard. Routine, sir. Toothcap popped. Trashed. Next mission queued. Base patrols milled locked wing. Empty cell. Real play unseen. From Vesha's viewport, stars wheeled. Her fighter squadrons scattered. Empire's edge frayed. One quiet human. Campaign over. Joran filed addendum. Career intact. Lesson. Humans humble till provoked. In med bay, he scrubbed logs. Human ingenuity ran tooth deep. Vesha demoted. Joran promoted. Balance restored. Humans. Shadows. Aliens. Stars. Together, unbeatable. Alone, mistake, galactic. Sergeant Voss synced reports with Ree. Perimeter ghosts worked perfect, sir. Mara's corridor. Textbook. Ree nodded. She's the blade. Carrier jumped. Theater secure. Precision 1. Mara stripped gear and quarters. Log entry. Op ghost. 4-7. 0 casualties. Auxiliaries held line. Contingency dormant. Galactic feeds replayed the silent blade drop. Billions whispered. Never anger humans. Re-reviewed hollow. Vesha's face, frozen mid-threat. Alliance holds, he murmured. Trigger pulled back. Wars ended quiet. Joran met Vesha in brig. I warned you. She turned away. Spines. Limp. One human. Ghosts aren't one. He left. Patterns etched. Next front wiser. Mara cued Sims. Odds stacked. Routine. Humans pivoted. Aliens stared. Front stabilized. Depots reclaimed. Carriers stood down. Vesha's successor hailed Ree. Terms accepted. Ree smiled faint. Good call. Ghost filed away. Shadows waited. Commander Vesha Laylor gripped the armrest of her command throne. Alarms blared across the bridge. Smoke choked the corridors beyond the blast doors. Full base sweep, she barked. Platoon leads, advance. Fire into the smoke, flush those human rats. Troopers snapped to action. Rifles charged with plasma rounds. Her security chief nodded, spines rigid. Suppressors on max, Commander. They'll break. Vesha watched the tactical overlay. Red dots swarmed her base on the fringe world of Kalor Prime. Human auxiliaries, supposed soft skins, mere logistics fodder, had infiltrated her forward outpost. Her campaign hinged on this hub. Fleet resupply flowed through here. One glitch, and her push into human space stalled. A muffled crump echoed. Smoke thickened. Troopers fired blind bursts. Screams cut short. Report, Vesha demanded. Intruders pinned, ma'am, but signals jamming. Her mandibles clicked. Humans? Jamtech was alien grade. She stabbed the comm. All squads converge on the uplink spire. No prisoners. Lieutenant Joran Val burst onto the bridge, his analyst robes smeared with soot. Commander, hold fire. Patterns match human spec ops, not auxiliaries. Quiet, Val, Vesha snapped. They're vermin. We crush them. Claim the sector. Val's frills quivered. He leaned close, voice low. Their logs show no raid profile. This is surgical. If we escalate, Vesha overrode him. She keyed fleet command. Vanguard actual to fleet. Intruders aboard. Request orbital support. Static hissed back. No response. Down in the sublevels, Chief Warrant Officer Mara Cade crouched behind a conduit stack. Her raid team, 4 shadows in adaptive camo, worked fast. No words, hand signals only. Mara sliced the uplink fiber with her vibroknife. Sparks died. She jacked in her data spike. Alien code scrolled across her wrist hollow. Primitive, but layered. Ghost uplink severed, whispered Sergeant Voss, her second. Fleet blind. 2 minutes till they notice. Mara nodded once, calm as loading a magazine. She'd ghosted worse. Enemy carriers, black site vaults. This base? Routine. Her hidden mission pulsed in her implant. Collapse Vesha's front if cornered. Contingency blade. Orbital triggers waited, keyed to her biometrics. Disable secondaries, she signed. Team split. Voss hit power relays. Mara ghosted toward the core. Troopers stormed the smoke. Plasma scorched walls. Mara slipped past, monofilament line dropping her into vents. She planted micro-MP nodes. Click, armed. Thesha's bridge lights flickered. Consoles glitched. What sorcery? Thesha roared. Restore fleet link. Tech scrambled. Vol pulled her aside. Commander? It's them. Humans don't raid like this. Silent, precise. We isolate ourselves. They win without firing. Prove it. Thesha shoved him toward a terminal. Or join the sweep. Vol's claws flew over keys. Patterns emerged. Incursion vectors. 0 casualties. Human Special Forces signature. The ghost, he muttered. Classified whispers from intel nets. 1 operator. Logistics myth turned killer. He slammed the emergency channel override. Direct to Human Theater Command. Risked demotion. Career for survival. Human General Ree, this is Lieutenant Vol. Kalor Outpost. Surrender terms. Base intact. Personnel spared. Prevent retaliation. Static crackled. Then... Vol. Thesha's handiwork? Affirmative. She's blind. Your operative inside. General Sato Ree leaned into his carrier's hollow comm. Bridge crew hushed. Ree's face stayed stone. Alliances first. Precision over brute force. Terms noted. Stand by. He muted. Status on Ghost. Core breach confirmed, sir. His ops officer replied. Contingency live if triggered. Ree exhaled. Mara Kade. The blade he kept sheathed. Humans excelled at shadows. Aliens at grand fleets. Together, unbeatable. Provoke her, galactic mistake. Hold, orbit, no strikes yet. Back on base, Mara breached the command vault. Guards down, stunned, not killed. Auxiliaries held the perimeter, as planned. No innocence. She ghosted to the core panel. Captured keys from the sweep, Vesha's own overrides. Slid home. Uplink, self-destruct loops exposed. Vesha stormed the vault corridor. Her personal guard flanked her, rifles hot. Smoke cleared enough to see bodies. Troopers slumped, unharmed but bound. Alive? She hissed. Cow! Comrade's Fall trailed, pleading. Commander, the channel's open. Re-listens. Surrender. Traitor. Vesha backhanded him. Blood flecked his frills. She reached the vault door. Alarms screamed. Core access. Inside. Screens glowed. Mara stood amid the wreckage. Back to the door. Gear stripped to basics. Black suit sidearm holstered. She keyed the final disable. Wrist hollow confirming isolation complete. Vesha leveled her pistol. Human scum. Your raid ends here. No flinch. Eyes flat. Professional. Tooth cap glinted under the red light. Dead man implant. Cued. You're the ghost. All said from the door. Logs match. Mara shrugged. Routine. Vesha laughed, spines flaring. Status fueled her. Humans. Soft. This one broke. Your fleet hears me now. She patched to Ree's channel. General, I hold your operative. Execute her. Or watch my front burn. Pull back, or she dies. Ree's hollow flickered on the vault screen. Calm. Threat noted, Commander. Your move. Vesha's mandibles ground, cornered. Campaign math collapsed. No uplink. No fleet. Raiders inside. She slammed the self-destruct panel. Scorched Earth protocol. Base to plasma. Her legacy in ash. Authorization Nalor Prime. Detonate in 30. Klaxons wailed. Countdown. 28. 27. Vol lunged. No. Orbital response. Guards restrained him. Vesha smirked at Mara. Finished. Mara's hand didn't twitch. She'd planned this. Captured keys synced to her spike. She tapped her wrist. Override code pulsed. Countdown froze. 27. Vesha blinked. Impossible. Mara stepped forward. Pistol stayed holstered. Keys work both ways. The vault door hissed shut behind her team. Voss covered exits. EMP nodes primed. Ree's voice cut in. Vesha, terms from your officer. Base yields. No detonation. Vesha's spines wilted. She glanced at Mara. Unbound. Untouched. One human. Quiet professional. Logistics ghost unraveled her empire's edge. Vol straightened. I warned you. Troopers lowered rifles. Surrender rippled out. Mara keyed her implant log. Op Ghost, or 7. 0 casualties. Auxiliaries intact. Contingency dormant. Outside, Rhee's carrier held geosync. No strikes needed. Precision 1. Vesha slumped against the console. One quiet human. Campaign over. In the medbay later, Val scrubbed logs. Human ingenuity. Tooth deep. He filed the addendum. Patterns etched for the next front. Mara stripped gear and captured quarters. Sims queued. Odds stacked. Routine. Rhee reviewed holofeeds. Vesha's face, frozen mid-threat. Alliance holds. Trigger eased back. Galactic nets buzzed. Silent blade drop. Billions whispered, "Never anger humans." Joran met Vesha in the brig. Ghosts aren't one. She turned away. Spines limp, front stabilized. Depots reclaimed. Carrier stood down. Vesha's successor hailed Rhee, terms accepted. Rhee smiled faint. Good call. Shadows waited. Humans pivoted. Aliens learned. Together? Unbeatable. Alone? Mistake galactic. Mara holstered her retrieved pistol and strode back into the command vault. Vesha stood rigid amid her subdued officers, spines flared in defiance. Troopers lined the walls, rifles slung but eyes locked on the human. Mara pulled the alien commander's ornate sidearm from her belt. She extended it butt first. "Commander Vesha, Lalor, your weapon." Vesha's claws hesitated. She snatched it, grip tightening until the metal creaked. "You mock me?" Mara tapped her wrist implant. A hollow projection bloomed. Ceasefire codes, preloaded. Sign, here. In front of them, she nodded at the troops. Ends. This clean. Vesha's gaze flicked to her soldiers. Faces etched with shock. Human unbound, base intact. Her bluff shattered. One trooper shifted, mandibles clicking unease. Mara caught the ripple. Goal. Force. Public yield. Conflict. Vesha's pride. Outcome hung on the next breath. "Refuse," Mara said, voice level. "Rebroadcasts everything. Your failed execution. Our restraint. Sector freezes." Vesha's spines drooped a fraction. She slammed the pistol onto the console. Claws danced over the holopad. Codes locked green. Done. Mara keyed confirmation. Transmit. The signal pulsed out. Vault screens flickered. External feeds showed enemy carriers holding orbit. No advance. Vesha's troops exhaled as one. Outside, Lieutenant Joran Val burst into the vault. His uniform bore intel tabs, eyes wide behind data lenses. "Commander!" Sector nets lighting up. Rhee's carrier just. Mara turned. Val froze mid-stride, spotting her. He saluted crisply to Vesha first, then nodded to Mara. "Human operative. Your intervention noted." Vesha snarled. "Noted?" She unraveled us. Val ignored her, pulling a comm slate. "General Rhee broadcast the vault feed. Your threat. The surrender. Intact. No human casualties. Enemy fronts halting across 3 systems." Mara crossed her arms. Through her implant, Rhee's voice echoed faint. "Public channel. Vesha Lalor threatened execution. We extracted our ghost. Base yields without fire. Advances stop now. Alliance terms stand." "Troopers," murmured. One whispered. They walked in, walked out. Val stepped forward, addressing the ranks. This human showed restraint. No reprisals. No orbital glassing. He tapped his slate. "Joint tribunal convenes at neutral depot. Prevents spirals." "Vesha, you testify first." Vesha's claws scraped the console. "You risk your career, Lieutenant. Already risked it, warning you." Val's gaze met Mara's. Respect flickered. Ghost patterns don't lie. Mara felt the nickname settle. Classified circles knew her as that. Now, aloud. She scooped a ration pack from her vest, tossed it to a trooper. "Eat. Hold positions." The soldier caught it, mandibles parting in surprise. Human field rations, dense, no allergens. He tore it open, shared with his squad. Vesha watched, silent fury boiling. Mara leaned in. "Your Empire's edge held because we chose it. Logistics ghost, routine. Alarms pinged. Rhee's carrier descending." Mara synced her implant. "Ghost, 4-7 complete. Auxiliaries secure. General Sato Ri stepped from the shuttle ramp onto the base tarmac, flanked by 2 human Marines. Alien troops parted, rifles low. Vesh's convoy idled nearby, engines humming restraint. Mara met him at the vault entrance. Ri clasped her forearm. "Clean up, Chief Warrant. 0 losses." "Contingency dormant, sir." Mara glanced at the gathering crowds, human auxiliaries mixing with alien squads. Vesha signed. Ri nodded to Val, who approached with a data crystal. "Broadcast locked advances. Joint Tribunal seals it." Val handed the crystal. "Credit where due, General." Human restraint saved faces. Ri accepted it. "Mutual. Your patterns caught her escalation early." Vesha emerged then, sidearm belted, spines rigid under guard. Her troops flanked her, eyes downcast. Ri faced her directly. "Commander, terms broadcast." "Ceasefire holds?" Vesha's mandibles clicked. "Holds." She shot Mara a glare. Until the next ghost, Mara stayed stone-faced. Ri signaled. Marines escorted Vesha to the tribunal shuttle. Val boarded with her, logging final reports. Sector holonets exploded. Feeds replayed the vault breach. 1 human. Team shadows. Keys flipping locks. Dillions tuned in. Expected massacre. Human hands back the gun. Alien commentators buzzed. Soft auxiliaries? They thread our vaults like ghosts. Human channels stayed quiet. Precision spoke louder. Mara slipped toward the convoy. Soldiers nodded, alien and human alike. The trooper muttered, "Galaxy's ghost." She boarded the lead truck without reply. Voss gunned the engine. Convoy rolled out, depots reclaiming shadow by shadow. In the carrier's CIC, Ri reviewed final logs. Sato Ri paced the holodeck, stars wheeling slow. Mara stood at ease, gear stripped to fatigues. "Op Ghost, 4-7. Ri said, "Break it down." Mara tapped her implant. Projection spun. Vesha's base schematics, EMP nodes, vault flip. Her logistics choked on our feint. Baal's intel tipped it. He warned her. Ri's eyes narrowed, risked his neck. "Good call. Underestimated quiet work." Mara shrugged. "We thread gaps. They hold fleets. Alliance strength. Humans pierced. Aliens blockaded. Together, fronts unbreakable." Ri keyed fleet-wide. Carriers, stand down, depots online. Mara cued sims on her slate. "Next odds?" "Routine." Val's voice cut in. Open channel. "General, tribunal, underway. Vesha admits miscalc. Credits your operative." Ray smiled faint. Transmit her words sector-wide. Nets lit again. Vesha's testimony. 1 human. Campaign math collapsed. "Never provoke their ghosts." Troops on both sides echoed it. "Galaxy's ghost." Mara powered down her slate. Convoy hummed through reclaimed passes. Shadows waited for the next play. Hours later, in neutral space, the joint tribunal convened. Val stood at the podium, data lenses projecting vault breach timelines. Commander Vesha escalated, threatened execution. Hollow showed her snarling at Mara's image, bound, then unbound. Human response. Extraction. No deaths. Restraint locked ceasefire. Delegates murmured. Alien admirals, human captains. Vesha sat cuffed, spines limp. Val pressed. Patterns clear. Humans plan contingencies deep. Provoke. And fronts fold. A delegate challenged. "Soft auxiliaries hold that?" Val synced Ri's broadcast. "Watch." Feeds rolled. Surrender rippled. Carriers froze. Mara handing the sidearm. Troops awed. Silence fell. Val locked terms. Tribunal binds revenge. Joint ops resume. Vesha rose last. Agreed. Her eyes burned. Ghosts multiply. Mara watched from the convoy feed. Voss at the wheel. "One does the job." He chuckled. "Galaxy's chanting it now." She vanished into the hold. Gear prepped. Sims loaded. Impossible odds. Routine. Ri's carrier held geosync. Shadows pivoting. Aliens learned. Humans threaded. Billions whispered. Never anger the quiet ones. Vesha's successor hailed Ri direct. Terms locked. Depots shared. Ri leaned back. Wise. Front stabilized. Contingencies dormant. Galaxy's ghost rode the convoy into legend. but in classified nets. Re-queued the next log. Ghost.
Horrid threat.
Pattern shift. Mara felt the pull. Quiet professional. Galactic mistake averted, for now.